I don't know about you, but I like keeping my money where I can see it. And unfortunately, traditional big wireless carriers also seem to like keeping my money too. After years for overpaying for wireless, I finally got fed up from crazy high wireless bills, bogus fees, and free perks that actually cost more in the long run. And I switched to Mint Mobile. I'm saving about, 15 to 20 bucks all in a month. Say bye-bye to your overpriced wireless plans, jaw-dropping monthly bills, and unexpected overages. Mint Mobile is here to rescue you with premium wireless plans starting at 15 bucks a month. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your own phone number along with all of your existing contacts. Ditch overpriced wireless and get 3 months of premium wireless service for Mint Mobile for only 15 bucks a month. If you like your money, Mint Mobile is for you. Shop plans at mintmobile.com/Bubba. That's mintmobile.com/Bubba. Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, 5 gigabyte plan required. Equivalent to $15 a month. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details. TrueWork is hell-bent on creating the most technical, high-performance workwear in the world. The TrueWork story begins in the Colorado mountains, where a trade worker knew that there had to be a better solution than the wet, heavy gear that was weighing him down. That's where TrueWork was born. I actually have some TrueWork overhauls I wear at the track. Warm, waterproof, you can't beat them. You gotta check it out. If you're a hard-working son of a bitch and you're out in the elements, TrueWork is for you. Denim and cotton canvas haven't changed much over 200 years. TrueWork upgrades traditional classic by using the same fabrics worn by elite outdoor athletes. Soft, stretchy, sweat-wicking soft-cell work pants are a major upgrade over wet, heavy jeans. Wind and waterproof shells use intellectually placed insulation for streamlined warmth that lets you stay mobile and agile. TrueWork has over 50,000 five-star reviews and countless stories from trade pros in every state from almost every job across the country. Upgrade to TrueWork for a major change in the way that you work. TrueWork helps you be your best when your best matters the most. Check out the full lineup and get 15% off your first full order at truework.com/Bubba. That's 15% off at truewerk.com/Bubba.
This is your 1 minute warning. This will be your last audible warning. 1 minute. 45 seconds. I lied. No, the spray and the fresh air is working splendidly. We may have a special guest host on the show, Plumber Lummy.
Lummy's really
one of the Super Lummy brothers.
He's really worried about disturbing us.
The Super Garrison brothers.
What's going on? Oh, look at that, man.
Why are they called Mario Bros? What's their last name?
I don't know.
Yeah, why would they be called Super Mario Brothers? Only one's a Mario.
I haven't really thought about it.
Yeah, I just thought about that. That's fucking stupid, man. It's, first of all, highly disrespectful to Luigi.
Well,
is Luigi the younger brother? Is he dumber? Like, what's his
There's
deal?
a movie, Brian. Go watch it.
I watched the movie.
Okay, well, then you should be able to figure it out because I didn't know what the fuck was going on. They looked like a couple of perverts to me, and my daughter told me that, they're a plumbing company and that they're good at their jobs.
Hey, your pipe's working, lady. I mean, is his name Mario? That might be the reason why.
Did you smoke a joint or something? What's happening? This is not.
These are just deep thoughts, man.
Deep thoughts about Mario?
Well, they're called the Super Mario Brothers, but only one of them's fucking Mario. Like, that's kind of fucked up.
Well, they all have powers. They all can do shit.
No, but why are they Mario? They're not Mario Brothers.
They're brothers.
They're brothers, but only one's Mario.
Okay, so what you're saying is Mario might be their last name. You're saying his name could be Mario.
His name may be Mario.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you like to investigate that now, Brian, before we move the show forward? Welcome to the Blizzard, everybody. My name is Seth Kushner, joined by the Babyface, Brian Matroni, who I find myself each week defending fiercely, vehemently. He does not need it at all. But I just get, I don't know, I get so fucking hot when people, say shit about you because you could be doing something funny or something great or adding to the conversation, but people's pure disdain just for your political leanings is what holds everybody back. But
yeah,
you know
but then
Brian?
I also may be talking about what Mario's last name is, and I can understand why people would hate that.
Yeah, well, what do we got? Did you find something?
A lot of people sharing the same thoughts that I have online that his name must be Mario.
Okay.
But there is no there's no confirmation of that.
Okay. All right. Well,
this is an NBC Insider article. I mean, they've got to know,
Brian,
right?
do this. When you find out later, because I know you'll, don't text me, okay? And save it for next week, all right? Just keep me on suspense.
We're going to make our listeners wait a full week to find out whether or not his name is Mario and Luigi Mario.
I can guarantee you that they will be okay, okay? I don't want to say they don't care, but I believe they'll be okay. So let's talk, man. We got some shit on the list. There's two things from last week. You sent me something immediately after our show last week about the Lions, and it was some sort of Neil Malplaisir, $20, baby.
Woo!
We told Bubba that we were going to bring in the cash on this
We
one.
always do. I told FJ Barr to save his contributions $1.99 for the Blizzard.
Oh,
so.
Felix, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so what was this? I couldn't find it on my phone because you and I texted about cards so much that it got a little backed up. What was the story you sent me last week about Lions season tickets, sending it so far in advance that you were that passionate about it?
So there's this season ticket holder. He's a diehard fan. He's had season tickets for like 25 years. Okay. Obviously, Lions haven't been very good for 25 years. What he was doing was taking the season tickets, selling them so that he could afford to buy a front row seat behind the Lions bench. He's one of those. I'm not defending this guy because he's one of those pathetic losers that dresses up like a super fan,
in
a
cowardly
costume,
lion,
and wants all the attention on him at a football game that has absolutely nothing to do with him and that he has no part of.
All right, well, before you get hostile on this guy, because I feel like
I'm going to defend him now.
I want to know. I don't know what kind of guy he is from what you've told me so far. So he sells his tickets to then
take the money from those to buy one better seat for himself because he certainly isn't bringing a wife to this game.
Right.
So that he could be front row behind the Lions bench.
Okay.
That's what he does.
Okay.
And he's been doing.
BPR Media Nerb 22 $20. Brian is the man.
Meta-Nerb, BPR Meta-Nerb 22.
Yeah, I don't know that. You know what some people would say? That's new money. I've never seen this guy in my life.
And Seth is the man.
And I've seen all you fuckers. Unfortunately, I stopped. I've been a week clean from going on Reddit, so unfortunately now I read a lot of the chat and the YouTube comments.
You just want to feel dejected.
Well, I did.
It's good. It's good for you. It keeps you motivated.
There's got to be some sick reason why I do.
There's a sick reason.
There's a sick little suicide in us all. All right. So what? Tell me about this fucking guy because you hate him.
So for like 25 years he's been doing this, right? The Lions are finally good. He can make money off the tickets now because people want to go see the Lions. So I guess as part of their season ticket policy, and I'm torn on this, and I'm going to present both sides to the argument and let you decide what you think is the right path. As part of their season ticket licensing agreement, you agree not to excessively resell the tickets.
A lot of teams have that now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because they want to make as much money as they can off the tickets. And if they're selling them to you season ticket at a discounted rate and you're turning around and making money off of them, they would rather not sell to you at a discounted rate and sell them for the full price rate and make more money off of those tickets.
Is that the whole thing, though? Or is part of it they don't want opposing fans in their stadium?
No. They don't care about opposing fans.
Well, they say that.
No, that's a front.
It's okay. Well, I just want to see.
That's a front for them wanting to. I mean, they don't care. Everybody, money's green. That's the only color that they care about being worn in their and used in their stadium.
Hold on, Neil Malplaisir is on an Air Force base right now spraying for spiders.
Oh, wow. Good luck with that.
Get in a fucking plane, dude.
The movie Arachnophobia with John Goodman.
Yeah, that was scary, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Scary. Wasn't very good.
Well, I watched these things when I was a child.
Yeah,
Brian,
it's hard. Like early 90s, mid 90s horror and movies like that are difficult to gauge if you have not rewatched them.
Right, Chucky, right, from Child's Play?
Yeah, like some of them are campy, but some of them scared the bejesus out of you when you were little, and you probably shouldn't have been scared.
Well, you and I were the same age. You weren't scared of Chucky or Jason or...
my parents didn't have me watching those things. They weren't bad parents.
I wasn't watching those things, but they existed, Yeah. I mean...
It would freak me out. Actually, I remember one of my earliest childhood trauma moments was being little going to the movie theater with my parents, and there used to be this thing at the movie theaters where, like, once a month or they would do a screening of Rocky Horror Picture Show where everybody would come dressed up as their Transylvania transvestites or whatever. And I remember going to a movie and they were advertising this in the previews and my parents yelling at me to close my eyes and not look at the screen. And then I saw it and it freaked me out. I think their reaction freaked me out more than the imagery on the screen. But I know that really put me off to Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Okay.
I don't think to this day, I don't think I've watched it in full. I do know the Time Warp. And I can sing that on Blizzard 991 when we do it one time if somebody pays us to do it.
We're going to do it, man. Remember, we're not letting people pay us at first because we want to do songs that we're passionate about.
Yeah.
And then we'll go into people like
you can just contribute. You can just give us money rather than pay us to sing songs.
And we can do that probably any time. It's just up to probably you and you have the time to feel like belting them out for an hour. That's
right.
As long as we can go, right, for karaoke. You do a song, I do a song, we do a song together. I mean, we need a rest, right? There's got to be an intermission.
Well, we can, come up with rest, talk about the song or why we chose
like
it.
what it means to us.
What it means to us,
Yeah, okay. Show the pictures, on the inside of the CD and everything like that. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good plan. All right, tell me about this fucking Lions guy.
So he's been doing this for 25 years. The Lions find out that he's been reselling his tickets, and now after him losing money and being a loyal fan for 25 years, they want to revoke his season tickets because he is in violation of their resale policy.
A bad look for somebody that's been there for 25 years, pretty much wasting his money.
Yeah, I would say that this guy is the case study in why it's a bad look. However, when you have a season ticket holder waiting list that's 10,000 people deep as a franchise, I can understand the frustration of fans if you are solely buying season tickets to resell them and profit versus allowing true fans.
What does it matter? Like what does it matter the reasons? You buy the tickets, you get the transaction. I don't know why there should be all these rules. Now, what I'll say, Brian, is from working with the Lightning and hearing about it through a few other football teams, the Buccaneers were kicking people out. I think 4 or 5 years ago they started to do it. They all said it was because they didn't want to resell to other teams' fans.
Yeah.
And that's, like you're saying, that's a front. So that's the real reason is they just don't want these people to just be making money without them? I mean,
it's their money to be made because they can sell. So for season tickets, for instance, the Rays, Tom Bean, myself, and 2 other guys, we bought a quarter season ticket each to the Rays. Our price per game was $75 per seat. The Rays are selling those seats for $175 to single game ticket holders.
Okay.
A ticket. So by us having the season tickets, they get the security of having sold 81 games, but they are sacrificing upwards of $100 a game on face value to get us to purchase those tickets. So if we were to turn around and sell all 81 of those games, we theoretically took money from the Rays' bottom line, essentially. If you look at it that way. Now, this is a particularly special year where the Rays will be playing in a venue that's less than 12,000 capacity, which is why I jumped on the train because I'm like, we'll never lose money out of this deal. And if they want to revoke my license, so be it.
Let's see. Big East of the University of Pittsburgh tried to refuse our tickets last year to the West Virginia game after they put them out for pre-sale, but they lost that battle. The thing is, Brian, it just is always a bad look going after your fans for a few dollars, unless those fans are making you look really, really bad, which I don't. It doesn't sound like this guy was at all. It sounded like he was sitting through the fucking shitter years that they had when Dan Orlovsky was stepping out of the back of the end zone for a safety. It feels like he was paying top dollar for his tickets then. So if the guy wants to make a little cash now when they finally turn it around, I would be all for that if I was an organization.
If I was the organization, I would look at his historical use of the tickets, not just one season, and say, okay, I think that's a fairer way to do it. If he's been going to the games for 25 years and now he's selling them because he can make money to buy front row tickets, I think I would be okay with that as the organization versus somebody who got season tickets 2 years ago and has not gone to a single game and has sold them all on the secondary market, and I have proof of that.
Well, can I tell you what I would do if I was the organization for this guy?
But how do they even know if they've been resold?
You can see that
through the Ticketmaster.
You can go on the StubHubs or anything like that and see. I don't know if they have anything internal. I'm sure they have a system where they can go see where their tickets are.
Well, I could see if you're doing that through like the official seller, which would be Ticketmaster or whatever of the NFL, the official reseller having access to that data. But I don't know that StubHub would just be turning that data over easily.
I mean, the data's there. I mean, you go look for the tickets. Again, Brian, I don't know how they find these people, but can I tell you what I would do for this story if I were the Lions?
Yeah.
Look, come on.
I didn't know you were actually looking for my permission.
No, I'm asking this. You brought the story, but
yes. Please tell me.
I want to tell you.
I want to hear it,
and then we'll go on to the next.
I thought you were going to just say, what I would do, and then go right into it.
No,
yes.
I really want you to look. I really want you to feel
I'm listening.
If I were the Lions, I would say, sir, give up those seats, and we're going to give you a front row ticket. You have to pay for it, but we're going to put you in the front row so you don't have to do all this reselling and everything like that. So here's a chance for your season tickets. You just pay us what they're worth, and you can be here, and we'll find somebody else to take your seats.
Yeah, that right?
Sounds... I mean, would that be... I mean, for a hardcore fan, instead of making it a big deal, why not find him a spot anywhere up front, which you can, by the way.
Yeah, they can make room.
So, I mean, that to me, I think that would be the best ending to this scenario.
Yeah, I think you're right. Now, the Lions offer a statement after it.
By the way, what up to Cash? Let's see, Fat Pig. Who else is in Herberto? Biggie, Xerxes, Grouper Lips. All right, go ahead.
The Lions, let's see here.
You need to miss some more?
What's that?
Coming up on the Blizzard, is my wife a Karen?
Here's the official statement. Through our internal reviews, we have determined that the accounts in question are primarily used for resale and do not operate in a manner consistent with personal use.
That's a bunch of bullshit.
In an effort to prioritize our fans' access to tickets, we have canceled these accounts and reimbursed the account holders. We encourage anyone who believes we have made a mistake to contact us directly for clarification or reinstatement.
Boy, the Lions are falling apart. Once they lost Ben Johnson, man, that was the first domino to fall, and now just as an organization... This is bad news for them, dude.
So here is, though, a Lions source said they've received several ticket reinstatement requests and have accepted about half of them. Reinstatement is taken on a case-by-case basis and determined by several factors, including a fan's history of selling versus keeping the tickets beyond just the 2024 season. Tickets that are not reinstated are going to a pre-screened pool of season ticket applicants currently on a wait list. So there you go. That's they are taking into account your longevity. Oh. I don't necessarily mind that if somebody's been a season ticket holder for 2 years while the Lions have been good and have resold every single game.
Right.
I don't mind that person losing those tickets.
You might be able to make all your money back for the year on that Thanksgiving game.
I mean, just be smart about it, But be a fan. That person's not a fan. That's a scalper, and that's just somebody who's making it cost more for you to go to that game.
I know that it's, season tickets are like stocks. People watch the team and they're like, okay, now's the time I want to get season tickets. And a lot of it is because they want to make money. Sure, there's some real fans in there. But either way, the fact that these teams are taking time to do this, if it's just for the sake of some extra dollars, I don't get it at all.
It's always about money. It's never not about dollars.
You have to, despite that guy being there for 25 years and seeing some of the shit teams the Lions put out, you have to appreciate your fans. I mean, especially the ones that have been there so long.
But aren't they also, isn't there an argument to be made that they are trying to appreciate their fans?
There's an argument to be made that Boogie 1122 $20. Babyface is the man.
Seth is the man.
Babyface.
You got that right. Seth is the man. How you doing, John Kostika in there? We love you, brother.
Mr. Kostika.
The great Valpo legend. I mean,
all right, listen.
Him and Bryce Drew. That's it.
Him, Bryce Drew, One-Eyed Dave.
No, it's just John and
Sumo.
Bryce Drew. No, we're good. Sumo's never done anything for me.
Okay. So let's fuck the Lions shit, okay?
Yeah. So that was that story.
That was something. Okay. I know that you had a Firefest update, but I also know that last week I asked you about your mother-in-law. This is why everybody's here, okay? I mean, we stalled enough. Sure, people fast-forwarded to hear this stuff. Your mother-in-law was coming back from a cruise with her boyfriend?
No, her sister.
Her sister that Brian paid for, and I don't know what. I think, did you have to pick her up?
Well, this is kind of funny.
Really?
So,
I don't know anything about this, by the way.
So she leaves for the cruise. Apparently, so I don't know how.
Biggie 7357, $25, the Blizzard trip.
Woo! So apparently, she has an SUV. So my aunt's boyfriend dropped them off at the cruise terminal.
Okay.
I don't know how he got them there, but I really don't want to go into this with her because it's already caused some issues. But apparently they weren't. I don't know if he had to make 2 trips or what. They weren't able, and this was only a 5-day cruise. They weren't able to fit the 3 of them and all of their luggage in my aunt's car.
What's she pushing these days?
I don't know. It's got to be a tiny vehicle. But meanwhile, my mother-in-law has an SUV that they could totally use, and they would be able to fit it. She has like a RAV4 or something. So, unbeknownst to me, she texts my dad, hey.
Wait, your mother-in-law texted your dad?
Yeah. Hey,
that's
when we get back on Friday morning, can you pick me up from the cruise terminal? Now, my mom had a medical appointment, and so my dad told her, no, I can't. Sue's got a doctor's appointment.
Did your dad hit you up first and be like, this bitch is
No, he didn't say a word to me. I did not find out about it until Friday morning when Stephanie and I are getting ready for work, and she receives a text from her mother asking her to come and pick her up from the cruise port. And Stephanie's like, I can't. I've got work, and well, can you get an Uber for me? And Stephanie's like, I can't. Like, you can order an Uber.
They're in the area.
Like, or there's cabs or whatever. And she's like, fine, whatever. I'll figure it out myself. Thanks. That was her response.
By the way, I just wanted to hit this. Johnny Wisco said, thanks for a great show. Xerxes said, what do you think I rap for to push a fucking RAV4? That's from Kanye, Jay-Z, and Rihanna song. And Greg L. Said, Seth the Babyface, in or out, $25. We are so out.
We're out since Prince was on Apollonia.
Yes, we are out right now, but we are trying to get back in. Go ahead, Brian. Back to you almost killing your mother-in-law.
So,
which is in.
So fast forward now to Tuesday. It's my wife's birthday. So Tuesday afternoon, my mother-in-law texts my wife and goes, it would be easier for me if you would come over to my house so we could celebrate your birthday here. On a weeknight. on my wife's birthday.
Because she didn't want to leave.
It would be easier for her.
Sure, yeah.
Literally had the audacity to text that to my wife in the morning. And my wife goes to me, she's like, I can't even fucking respond to her right now. She's like, I can't because it'll be bad. She's like, how fucking selfish can you get? And I'm like, she keeps pushing the limit,
Does
man.
your daughter feel guilty at all? Sometimes my mom will kind of do the same thing, invite me over to her house for my birthday, which is an hour and a half away. And I'm like, well, I know I'm her kid, but I'm also, 40 something. Do I only feel that struggle because I'm Jewish? Like, does Stephanie feel that at all?
I think Stephanie might have felt it more in a time that's now long ago.
Okay.
When her mother wasn't such a royal see you next Tuesday to her so blatantly and so obviously. Do
you want them to find your mother-in-law like they found Gene Hackman?
No. I hope they never find the body. No, I'm just joking. I'm joking. I don't wish death upon her. I'll tell you that. Okay, it's just not worth it.
Scout and Big Gulp, $20 for the. Is it for the Barry M concert? What kind of were you doing? Were you singing Barry M?
Barry Manilow, yeah.
Oh, that's who it was. Okay.
Yeah, no, I was. I was singing it.
There you go.
Singing it and singing it and singing it well.
Man, you guys are really throwing the Kiz Ash in today.
Yeah, thank you guys. We love you. Bubba loves it. It's the only way he'll keep us on, so we appreciate it because he doesn't want us on if we're not bringing in money. So,
all right. So she wants you guys to go over to her house
on my wife's birthday
yes.
because it's easier for her.
Right.
And so my wife was like, "No, that ain't happening." So it didn't happen, thankfully. So. So that's my mother-in-law update. I mean, that's just another example of what we're dealing with. It's a small one, but
did she have fun on the cruise?
Oh, I don't care.
I mean, if she would have won money, she would have talked about it. I mean, 'Cause that's your money.
Yeah, she would have bragged about it.
That's your money.
Yeah. No, she definitely lost my money on that cruise.
What's going on? You wanted to give a Firefest update.
Yeah, so we talked about Firefest last week and who would be dumb enough to pay for Firefest 2, and they still have not announced a single act. They still have not announced anything. But what has happened is that $1.1 million Prometheus package is no longer available for purchase on their website.
Why? Is it sold out?
I don't think because it's sold out. I just think that they aren't selling it. Like, you can click on any of the other ones. I highly doubt it's sold out. I mean...
Well, no one's buying. No one's we said this. No one's buying any of this shit, especially not the $1.1 million package for a fucking concert.
Well, it's 8 people though, so it's only $112,500 a person, something like that.
Even the richest of the rich people, I don't think it would be more beneficial for them to go out in their backyard and set a bunch of money on fire.
I mean, if you told me that I would get to sleep with any of the artists performing there, then maybe I do the Prometheus
you
package.
Mean like have sex?
Depending on the lineup.
You don't, dude, it could be a fucking African Congo tribe that's going to be there.
Well, then I better
with the National Geographic titties.
I better warm up.
John Costica, $50. We needed the Blizzard karaoke. We can do this.
And we can do one right now for you. Seth, pick a song.
Well, I mean, what do you want to...
Well, I'll just start. Well, we get copyright strike if I play the music, though, right?
I don't think anybody really. I don't think it's a big deal when it's on the
when it's
paywall
members
stuff.
only. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, what song you want to do? I'll pull up the karaoke background music now.
Well, I don't know. Do we want to do "Glory of Love"? I mean, have we done that too much? Is there something else?
It's your call, buddy. You pick a song.
You know Blue Cantrell hit 'em up style.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ladies, if your man getting buck wild, just go ahead and hit him up style.
Yeah.
All right, my second favorite Cantrell.
I was take your money on last time for all the hard times. Oh,
all right, hold on.
Anything
Here we go.
Goes.
Let's get through the pre-roll.
Okay, I don't think Costica wants Blue Cantrell, but he's getting it.
Do you need the words?
No, I can't see that shit.
While he was screaming,
I was beaming, the beamer just beaming. Can't believe that I caught my man cheating, and I found out the way to make him pay for it all. So I went on a he was coming in Nia, and on the break I went Charlie and Mia, and as the cash box. Why am I doing this by myself? I thought we were doing it together. Oh, there goes the dreams we used to say. There goes the time we spent away. There goes the love you had, but you cheated on me, and that's where it's at now. Oh, where there goes where your house we made a home. There it goes, you'll never leave. This sucks, man. Get the shit out of here. What the fuck? That doesn't flow. I can't even try.
That was a harder. I was curious about your selection there.
What do you mean? It's not hard. Like when I'm feeling the song. I mean. I thought you were singing with me. You came up and you're holding the phone. I'm not cut out for that life. I don't love karaoke that much. I just want to do it for the people.
I'll do APT by Rose and Bruno Mars.
Okay.
You ready for that?
Give me a verse and a hook, yeah. And then we got to get back into the Firefest.
All right. This is my daughter's favorite song, maybe ever. Definitely right now. This is it for her. I don't know what's happening with the.
She's not into the Wicked soundtrack right now.
No.
Lady, $50. Thanks to Seth and Brian for bringing so much laughter to my life. Holy shit,
we are kind of a bright sparkle of life in an otherwise dark world.
Well, I mean, dude, you and I are trying to have fun on here. We're not fucking yelling about shit.
So this is in the original key, so that's good for me to know because if it wasn't in original key, so this segment's brought to you by VRBO.
Oh, Thomas Cardona, part-time lover. Brian hates that Stevie Wonder song. He celebrates his other shit. Okay, although that's the best Stevie Wonder song.
Part-time lover.
Yeah. Oh, picked up the phone. It wasn't you.
Ready?
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Apatapate, apatapate, apatapate. Appetapate, appetapate, appetapate. Kissy face, sent to your phone, but I'm trying to kiss your lips for real. Red hearts, that's what I'm on, yeah. Come give me something I can feel. Oh. Don't you want me like I want you, baby? Don't you need me like I need you now? Sleep tomorrow, but tonight go crazy. All you gotta do is just meet me at the appetapate, appetapate, appetapate.
Is that from Sabrina Carpenter?
No, that's Rose is her name. She's a K-pop star that's now going out on her own.
Do you know Tate McRae?
I do know who she is. Yeah, she did a funny segment with Shane Gillis on this week's Saturday Night Live.
Oh, did she? Oh, yeah,
they did Amazing Grace together.
Oh, man.
And he had the stripper dollar gun going. Did you see that Saturday Night Live?
I did. I did not see that bit.
Couple of beers.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I saw that.
That's great.
Was it? People said that was the best.
I think that's an exaggeration. I think what it did was it made Saturday Night Live okay for the right to say was funny again.
Because they did cocaine jokes.
Because they did, and racist jokes. The best segment out of all of it was keeping score on the local news. Did you see that segment?
No.
So essentially, there's 2 white anchors and 2 black anchors on this news show, and they'd give a story, and they'd be like, and in downtown today, a man shot and killed, and they'd go, and then they'd hear the name, and they'd go, yes, this is a white guy.
That's some good,
Oh, it was pretty funny.
Yeah,
it was pretty funny. And then they had one where somebody slept with the teacher, and the black people immediately started celebrating, but then they said like it was LaToya Jackson or LaToya Johnson, and the white people were like, yes, 3-2. So they were kind of keeping score as to who had the bad.
Well, I'm glad that people are okay with Saturday Night Live. There's so many other things to watch, but I know it's still part of it's an American institution. I don't know why, but it still is. So what's up? What we were doing Firefest instead of we were doing a bunch of songs.
Yeah,
things.
so Firefest still no acts announced, and now the most disappointing part is you can't even get the Prometheus package if you had $1.1 million burning a hole in your pocket. So you're gonna have to find something else, probably cocaine, to use the extra. $100,000 that you'll have now that you're just buying the Phoenix package for $12,500.
Well, we don't know who's going to be there, but I did see the other day that Offspring is coming to town, and I think it's either June or July 12th, and they're coming with Jimmy Eat World and Newfound Glory at the amphitheater, and I just wanted to see if you'd like to go.
Sure. If any listener wants to go with us, you can buy us 3 tickets.
Wait, you're not interested in going?
We'll do a meet and greet. So it's Saturday, July 12th at 7 p.m. No, I am interested in going. I love The Offspring. What's your favorite Offspring song?
I've never seen them.
You've never seen The Offspring?
Dude,
all your time at 97X, and you never saw The Offspring?
They never played a show for us.
Oh,
and
my God.
They didn't come through town a lot because they were always just on the West Coast. And a lot of times, Florida is kind of hard to route bands in and out of because you have to fucking come through down all the way to Miami and come back out and all that stuff. So a lot of bands didn't like to do that. But I'd probably say Offspring's just been here a handful of times since 2000. But I love Jimmy Eat World. I'd love to see Offspring.
What's your favorite Jimmy Eat World song?
Jimmy Eat World would be Sweetness. And
Bleed American, man.
Well, Bleed American's great.
It's better than Sweetness.
And then Offspring, I don't know if I said Self-Esteem will always
Self-Esteem.
be.
Self-Esteem's really good. Come Out and Play is fun.
Yeah. Pretty Fly for a White Guy.
Yeah. They've got a lot.
Gone Away or Getaway or whatever it is.
Yeah, Getaway.
That's go. So A Million Miles Away. They got. Dude, I love. I have no Offspring CDs at all ever.
And then who was the other band?
Newfound Glory.
Newfound Glory. Okay, they've got 2 songs, so that's good.
I mean, well, they're more.
My Friends Over You.
Yeah,
is that?
To me, I don't look at what they had on the radio because they were a Florida kind of staple that made it, in the mainstream for a while. So it's just more of a. Well, it's just what's the word I'm looking for right now? Nostalgic. It's more of just nostalgia at this point.
Yeah, so we'll have to look into that.
We're going to. There's a lot of concerts and stuff coming to town. So, all right, I wanted to ask you this question. This was something that I told Phoebe I was going to talk to you about today to see if she did the right thing. There is, I guess, there's somebody that drives past Sam's school, often. that is a parent that has a baby that's sitting on the parent's lap.
Oh, like while they're driving?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I guess they've seen it a couple times. So Phoebe saw it yesterday, and she told me that she went to the crossing guard, and then she went to the school officer, and he said he can't do anything and all this stuff.
How is he powerless?
I don't know.
Who has power around
Nobody's
here?
got power. Nobody's got power. Maybe they don't want to do anything. I don't know. Write down 5 things that you did this week and send it to me. So she told me that she called the police to report that a car, goes back and forth with a baby, and I don't know. They got some sort of information. But I said, what? I said, what'd you do? And she goes, well, if something happened to that baby, I couldn't live with myself. I go, how would you know?
Well, the fiery wreck where the baby died in front of the school.
Yeah, but we don't know that that's the baby that's been riding around on the lap. And so I just didn't. I was like, if you've seen them doing it, clearly everything's been okay up to this point. Is that something so egregious that you would feel like you need to make a call to somebody, or would you just go, man, that's a wild family right there?
I don't know. If you saw a baby locked in a car while the parent ran inside the store, would you do something?
Well, I mean, what do you mean locked in? I mean,
like just closed in the car doors are locked.
Is the kid slamming his hands against the window?
It's a baby. It's a 6-month-old. They're just laying in their car seat asleep or dead.
You said car's running or not running?
Car's not running, but it's not blistering hot out. It's like 80.
I'd probably hang.
The car's interior is white, but the exterior is black.
I'd probably hang out by the car for a minute to see, when she's going to come back to make sure the baby's okay. But I think this is a different scenario when you're just seeing somebody drive by. But
is that baby that's driving by, face right in front of an airbag that could easily crush it? Is that baby in any less danger than the one that's sitting in the car?
Why are you inviting another baby in a car to this scenario? This scenario stands on its own, okay? Phoebe said the exact same thing about an airbag blowing the kid's head off and all that.
Yeah,
but I mean
that's real.
Aren't there just things that we can't worry about?
Well, I mean, you can choose not to worry about them.
What do you do? I'm just asking what you do. We just go, hey, what are cops going to just sit there and wait for the person to drive by?
I think Phoebe's can lay her head down easy at night. She did what she could do, which was to notify law enforcement that there's a baby constantly in danger. I didn't realize Casey Anthony had another kid. So that's kind of crazy, and she's rolling around in front of your daughter's school, flaunting it.
Oh, that okay? I see what you're saying. I was like, man, she's back in the news.
I stole that from Dave Rock. He had a good comment.
All right, I didn't know. Okay, sorry. Some things are moving so fast around here.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think what Phoebe can ultimately do is, when the baby does die, set up a memorial fund for car seat awareness.
Okay,
and in the baby's name.
That's probably easier to do at this point than
it's going to be more effective and probably save more lives than this one. Because let's face it, this baby probably has dodged death 50 times already, 100 times at this point in its life, right? Like if you're a parent and you're riding around with a infant in your lap or a baby in your lap.
I had to do it one time.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what, Phoebe was in New York and she was not fucking happy at all.
Yeah. I don't imagine.
And I was laughing about it because I said it was one block and she wouldn't get
one block's not a big deal.
Well, when the age where they won't get in their car seat? No? Where they stand up and they won't.
Yeah, I didn't deal with that with my daughter. Yeah, she was pretty obedient. She's, a good kid.
Well,
I'm just joking.
No, I mean, when you spank your kids, that's why they're in line over there. So
I've never
spanked his kid.
Never laid a hand on her.
Never laid a hand on her. Okay.
Nope. I wanted to shake her a few times, but I never did. I fought the urge.
What was I talking about?
You were talking about how you were an irresponsible parent and you drove around because she didn't want to be in a car seat.
She wouldn't get in her car seat. I was taking her. I had to take her. Obviously.
Where were you going? What was so important that you had to get her a block away? In a car, that you couldn't walk.
I had picked her up from school, and we were picking up dinner before we went home. And when I went back when I used to live in Shore Acres, so we stopped at Chichio's, went inside, got our food, and then when we tried to get back in the car to go home, which was a mile away, she wouldn't do it. So I said, fuck it, man. I'm on my own.
How long did you allow her to resist before you said, fuck it, I'm driving with you unbelted?
Well, this was something that had happened a lot, and it's happened, during the summer where you're sitting out there and like sometimes just go, I don't even know how I'm going to get her in her car. I'm sure there's a bunch of people typing right now going, you stupid fuck.
Oh, I'd grab her and put her in the car physically. Like that would happen. But the
do you know how they do the twist, dude? I mean, kids are.
You're stronger than your 3-year-old daughter. I fully believe that.
You just get off your thing of saying you don't hit your kids, and now you want me to fucking.
That's not hitting. Yeah, but making sure they're safe is not hitting them. Like that, there's a difference there.
Okay, well, listen, so I failed on the safety
I don't
part,
think you failed on it. I'm just shocked that you gave in so quickly and easily.
It wasn't quickly. It was probably like 10, 15 minutes.
Oh, you waited that long?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
And you're just in a Mexican standoff with your daughter outside the car?
Yes.
Outside the Hemi?
Yes.
In Chichio's parking lot saying, please just get in?
Yes.
And she's saying what to you? Fuck you, Daddy. No.
I don't
Party
know.
words. Fuck you.
I don't know what she was talking at this point.
Oh, I'd remember the conversation very well because it'd be the last time that shit ever happened. I wouldn't put up with that.
Dude,
like that's a zero tolerance situation. You are not the fucking parent.
Wow. Okay. I'm glad I didn't grow up under your thumb, man.
Yeah, it would be. He wouldn't like it.
Maybe I'd be a real man, but wow, it's a drill sergeant type atmosphere that you're running over there.
I mean, she's going in. She's going into the car seat.
I did. Anyways, it was. I would wait like 10 or 15 minutes. So I couldn't take it anymore. Okay, call me a pussy, anything like that.
No, I'm not. You're just not confrontational. I get it.
I did tell Phoebe that night when she called. I said, oh, and she was with another mom friend of hers, and I thought it was funny. I was like, oh yeah, I drove home with her in my lap, and they were both fucking horrified, and that's when I realized how serious of an issue that it was.
Now, was your daughter excited to be on your lap as you drove home?
She was fine.
Was she but was she in? Like, was that what she ultimately wanted? Did she get her way?
No, because I had never put her on my lap before, ever.
Right.
So that was the first time. So she didn't know about it at all. I just couldn't. I just said I gotta make a business decision here. Do I risk death with my child driving her home 1 mile, or do I sit here all night? My fucking barbecue wrap gets cold. I mean, let's get the fuck home. I mean, the shit's not as good heated up. Let's be honest. So that's that. Do you have any? Last week we talked about cards. Your top 3 guys to buy. Zion Williamson was one of them. He's absolutely gone off. I don't think anybody's necessarily following our Pelosi type card tips that we're giving out right now.
But aren't you doing something with card tips?
I mean, not so much. I had kind of wanted to do a card project for a while. I just knew that it wasn't going to be able to anything that I would be able to fold into the show. Because,
you shouldn't fold any of them.
No, I mean
you lose value.
I didn't want to put the card stuff on the show because already somebody last week was like, "Oh, you guys lost me on the card shit," and I'm like, "Okay, this is just Brian and I. These are the things we like to talk about, and I know other people like it, but that's what made me kind of start it." So yeah, I have a thing. It's on Substack. It's like sethkush.substack.com, and I did an introductory podcast talking about why I'm doing it. I've done a couple of videos opening up cards, and basically because I have people, Brian, that email me all the time and message me and DM me and asking about cards, I just decided that I couldn't get back to every single person. So I decided that I would just start a podcast and I would just start answering stuff there. So like there was a guy at the show this week that sent he had like 80 boxes of cards in South Carolina that he wanted.
80?
Yeah. Somebody had died and he wanted to know how much they might be worth. And I was like, dude, I don't know what you got there. And he goes, I want to make sure I get fair value. And I go, I don't know what's in the box. Like we don't do cards by you got 80 boxes, so I want that. Like that could be just trash to us. So but those I get all kinds of shit. So I'm doing the podcast. So basically what I'm gonna do is I have a plan to do a certain style of video where I'm going to kind of walk up to people and hand them a pack of cards to just open, whether it's my friends, family, whether it's random people out there, maybe whether I go to a spring training game and I toss one of the players a pack to open like that. I'm going to do stuff like that. I'm going to do 1 or 2 podcasts a week, and then I'm going to do a video of opening up, whatever's out that week, blasters, megas, hobbies, and stuff like that. So, yeah, and then it's a thing where, like, if you want to pay $5 a month, you can, or there's just free subscribers. I'll do stuff for the people that pay and the people that it's free for, but it's I feel like it's a safe world over there where, people are signing up because they like cards.
Have you opened any Topps Chrome football for 2024 yet?
Shut the fuck up, dude. Yeah.
I'm asking a serious question.
No, you're asking because I opened a box yesterday on the Substack.
No, I'm not. I didn't even know.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Yeah, I spent $60 on a mega box yesterday. It was the biggest bunch of bullshit I've ever opened.
Really?
Yeah, I got a numbered card $3.99 out of a 7th round quarterback on the Raiders, who I could guarantee is not even going to be on the team this year.
Oh,
and that hurt because I thought it was going to be Brock Bowers.
Oh man, yeah. But even Brock Bowers at a $3.99 ain't getting you your $60
Well, I
back.
wasn't. You know what the thing is? Honestly, is I'm not looking to. When I'm doing this as content now, I'm not looking to get my money back. Any money that I get, I'm going to use to go buy more cards.
Yeah, we all realize this is just to fund your addiction.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's.
I'm joking,
but it's really not, because I said, hey, if anybody that's watching this or anybody that's paying to subscribe, if you guys want these cards, I'll send them to you. I'm not looking to open these cards and go flip them and make money and all this shit. Like I want to just build a community that's just not a bunch of fucking assholes, because there's so many people out there. Believe it or not, there's a lot of people that are into it, and so I want to take, there are some good people that I've dealt with cards for, a year now, and I want to, make that bigger right now. So ultimately, I still want to own a card shop, but, if this is just a small step in getting there, then, that's where I'm at. But, between doing the show, between doing the podcast, the other job that I have, and this, I just needed something that, that was purely, kind of fun for me. And
that's awesome. No, it's good. So where can people go for what's a Substack? Is that on Reddit? No,
Substack it's like it's kind of like an OnlyFans thing where you can pay for the the creators and stuff, all that. So I upload all the content there, and right now I just started on Sunday, so I've left a lot of stuff up there for free. But yeah, it's people can go there, so they subscribe. I guess you get emails maybe when I post content, and it's just, I guess it's pretty much a place where I'm storing my card content right now.
Well, that's cool.
And where creators go to get paid. I've seen like a lot of people are authors and stuff like that. That stuff's sledding.
Are what? Authors?
They're authors. They're asking for money for their books and shit like that. I don't know. Who likes reading? Kanye West doesn't like reading. I don't like reading.
That was a great quote by him.
It was. So,
and one that was not by him, but yeah.
That is my that's my plan right now. So I appreciate you asking about it. I'd like to do some card content with you that I can post on there, but I've wanted to be in the card world. I think I said it to Bubba on the on Clement Kush this week. Not like I'm trying to leave radio or what I do here, but I've wanted to be in it. We've done breaking and all that. I've tried to do other things with card shops, like where I can't even get hired to make minimum wage to work the register or anything like that. I want to just grab cards for people and all that stuff. But I'm just gonna carve my own path, and this is the start of it for me.
Okay, cool.
Okay, you really sound
no. I think it's.
Say it. It sounds like it's bullshit.
No, it doesn't. It sounds like a great idea. Anytime you can combine your passions and your hobbies and your interests with a way to try and earn money off of it is a great thing. If you can fund your blaster addiction with some money, I think that's great.
There's no background, or there's no. Hold on, I was trying to read this.
Did you see? The $50 from Lenny. Wow, it was Canadian, but that's okay.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah,
that doesn't matter.
Our 51st state. I love it. I'm saving up all my Canadian money for when I go to visit our 51st state.
I stand with Canada.
I do too.
Now, this is not me saying I stand with Canada in the United States, but there are buddies, man.
There are friends. I have nothing ill to say about the Canadians.
I know so many Canadians through doing the Lightning podcast and everything like that.
Speaking of which, the Lightning, Yanni's back, baby. I'm out of my gourd over this.
For any Lightning fans that are listening to this, yes, the Lightning made a trade, as they do almost every year, where they'll unload as many draft picks as they can from as far out as they can. I think they traded a 27 draft pick, and they got Yanni Gourde back, who was an absolute staple of the back-to-back Cup teams here. And
Bubba's Cankles, $20 for Card Fund Setho. Well, if you actually want to fund Seth's cards, you got to subscribe to his Substack for $5 a month.
He did.
Well, then there you go. But I was just throwing that out there for anybody.
Yeah, no, I know. He signed up for what I call, it's like a founding member, where if you just want to give a certain amount of money to where I think it's like I had it $75 to kind of start off. And so he did that one for me.
So what do founding members get as a bonus? Like after hours content?
Honestly, I told him, I said, just whatever. I said, just hit whatever you need. Just hit me up. You got any questions? You need anything? I was like, I'll I'll be your personal card consultant.
Your card concierge.
Yeah, I mean I'm available. Yeah, I mean I'll make myself.
So if he's at Target and he just like FaceTimes you and he's like, "Hey, which blaster should I buy?" You'll help him choose.
I would probably give him some info ahead of time if he was thinking about going to do that. So or I'll post a bunch of videos for him to make his own educated decision. But
Gotcha.
I will be there for my card people. Brian, I feel bad taking fucking $5 from people, okay? But I also realize that I can't sit around and give card advice all day. It would just take up too much of my time.
Right.
So I mean, and I want to be able to help people out, but that just wasn't the way to do it. So I've set this up now. I started it Sunday. I think I have like 32 subscribers, which I think is fucking awesome.
It's $160 a month for your habit.
Well, they're only 7 are paid. But it's. But that's the fact that people subscribe that's cool to me. I like that. So.
Yeah, and then what you do is just entice them. You give them stuff that they can only the subscribers get to see your hits. So you only go through the base cards with the non-paid subscribers, and then the paid subscribers are the ones that get to actually see the downtowns and
It's just it's always it's always
I'm messing around.
No, I know. It's just there's always a hustle and stuff. But I like what I do. And again, I've never been good with money. I've never been good with negotiating. I've never been good with asking for it. I feel badly when people give it to me and all that. I've always a couple managers have told me that I'm underselling myself when you're talking to them and they ask you what you want to make and everything like that. So I've tried to be better, and I don't know what it is. It's not like a self-esteem thing, but I think even $5 I think is a lot to a lot of people. So the fact that they want to give that, whether it's for this right here watching our show or for anything else that they might find entertaining, or to support something that they're into, like I think that's really fucking awesome. So
no, that's awesome, and I hope it works out well for you. I'm excited to see where this thing goes.
Thank you, and I thank you, Cash. Cash has been Cash sent me a bunch of shit, and he's curious to see where it goes to. So am I. We're all gonna find out together, man. But who knows? Maybe I want to be the top card guy in the game, but I don't want to deal with expensive cards. I still want to deal with the
top. You want to be the top retail guy in the game.
I open hobby stuff. All right, I don't want to talk cards too. You got any give me one person you got it on your mind that somebody should buy this week? Because you nailed Zion Williamson last week.
Yeah, he had a hell of a week, man. He's been blowing up.
And it's so under the radar because no one gives a fuck about the Pelicans at all.
I got to say that there's still a chance that he blows up. His cards aren't cheap. But Junior Caminero, he hit 2 home runs for the Rays. He's got 3 so far this preseason. Just the violence with which the ball comes off his bat. One of his exit velocities was 109.5 miles per hour, a home run, which is nuts. You can get that on a ground ball.
I know, guys.
But to get that on a home run ball is insane.
I know, Brian. I know that it's ignorance, and I'll break this down just for baseball. But the exit velocity thing, what is it? I mean, what?
So it's measuring how fast the ball is coming off of the face of the bat.
But ultimately, what does that mean? Because
so the harder you hit the ball, the less likely it is to be caught by somebody else. The harder you hit the ball, the more likely it is to go over the fence.
Do you know who has the? Somebody put up a graphic. Man, maybe it was 50 guys or something like that, and it was the 50 guys who have the hardest hit balls over the last whatever years, and like 42 of them were Mike Stanton. Or Giancarlo Stanton or whatever.
Giancarlo Stanton?
Yeah. It was 40 of them were Giancarlo Stanton. A couple were Mike Judge. O'Neal Cruz was on there twice. L.E. De La Cruz. And I think that was it. I think that was all they had.
Yeah, the hardest hit was O'Neal Cruz, 122.4 miles per hour. Just crazy. And that ended up being a single because he hit it so hard and so fast it hit off the wall. One hop to the outfielder, and it was right back into the infield.
That's what the
hardest hit home run was Giancarlo Stanton. That was in 2022 for O'Neal Cruz.
Was it? Okay.
This is the last 10 seasons of StatCast. Giancarlo Stanton, 121.7 mile per hour homer, and then the hardest hit out or double play was Stanton, 122.2 miles per hour.
But again, to me, that doesn't all. I mean, you could probably just eyeball people and tell you they're going to hit the ball that hard.
But see, that's the thing about Caminero. He doesn't look like Yandy Diaz looks like that dude, right?
Oh, did I say Mike Judge? But
Aaron Judge?
I hope I didn't say Mike Judge. Or
You did. Totally.
I deeply.
Yeah, Seth. You totally said Mike Judge.
I deeply apologize, and just to make up my knowledge of the Yankees, I will say Austin Wells, Anthony Volpe, Luis Gil. Okay, guys, I know a little bit about it.
Curtis Mead is another Rays prospect. That pretty toolsy guy.
He had a shit year last year. For
But
a rookie,
I think he's ready to bounce back. Have
you talked to him, or
Yeah, I had a long conversation with him.
He's ready to bounce back. I need hard facts here if I'm investing, Brian.
Look, it's a feeling, and it's very Rays centric, my opinion.
I know it's fine. There's guys on the Rays that we talked about Chandler Simpson, and I'm a big Braden Taylor guy right now. Bubba's Cankle said, "Imagine a car bumper hitting you in the head at 120 miles per hour." No, I get that it's hard. I'm just saying it doesn't necessarily, like Shohei Ohtani's not on there. It doesn't necessarily show me who the best hitter is. It shows me who's strong as fuck. But like I'm saying, I could also probably just eyeball that for you.
Yeah, so you're saying you don't need to know their exit velocity. I think any stat like that, it's baseball. Any stat is fun and makes the game more fun.
Yeah,
because overall it's a pretty boring fucking sport.
Well, they're telling you a lot of the people that are into the analytics, they're telling you that these matter. And I don't want to be the old guy with baseball, but I still look at batting average. I still look at home runs and RBIs. As a pitcher, the first thing that I look is at your ERA, your strikeouts per 9. I don't give a fuck what your win and loss record is because I think a lot of that has to do with
Whip is a big one for me.
Yeah, Whip's good, but I just feel like the win.
You got to be below 1.3 if you're a decent pitcher.
Yeah, it's all that to me. I'm like I said, I'm ERA. I get that, and that ties in with the walks and all that stuff. But those are still the stats that I go directly to. Thomas wants to know about Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I don't think
he's washed, man, isn't he?
He's 25.
He's washed.
He's a free agent. He's going to sign with Boston next offseason for like $500 million. There you go. Ryan said it too. Ryan said all these stats are too much. But then somebody made.
And I was joking about him being washed. He's a hell of a player.
No, I know. Somebody said like when you talk about that, the way that I think Michael Wilbon from ESPN got crushed because he said all these stats or the exit velocity or exit velo as they call it are so fucking ridiculous, and then everybody tries to say how stupid we are for not understanding how important they are.
I don't know that it's important. It's another fun piece, like going over the hardest hit ball. That's fun to me. I like stats like that.
But it means something seriously to these organizations. Like that, how hard they hit the ball does mean something.
Rotation on pitchers, curve balls and things like that. Yeah, I mean, there's some stats that mean a lot more to organizations because they're harbingers of success, right? It's not because they think they're cool. It's because they have statistics that say if a player does this, he's more likely to be successful. And that's, and I agree that a little bit of it has ruined the game of baseball. But then you have somebody who's exciting like Chandler Simpson, who's coming up and breaking all the rules and saying, I don't care about hitting the ball hard. If I put the ball past the pitching mound, I'm going to be safe. And so all I have to do is put the ball in play and get it past the pitcher, and I'm going to outrun whatever you're throwing my way. That's fun. That's an exciting baseball player.
Well, you talked about baseball. I just think I'm going to end with a question that we were talking about off the air that you might have forgotten about. But the reason I know baseball's they're fine, they're doing their thing, they're getting people back, they're speeding up the game and everything like that. But baseball cannot market a fucking superstar to save their entire fucking business. They are very, very lucky that Shohei Ohtani is a global superstar, and he is so good that it's hard to, look away. I mean, Mike Trout was on pace to be the greatest player ever, and he wouldn't do shit, and MLB couldn't get him to do anything. And a lot of these guys, this is going to sound fucking MAGA.
No, it's not, but it's true. Because they don't speak English. It's hard to make a connection with the player who has to have a translator.
Well, I don't know the percentage of guys from Japan it's surging. I mean, and they're all in the Dodgers, which is fine. But then you've got a ton of guys from with Central. What is it? It's Central America, South
Dominican Republic. Those countries.
Puerto Rico, Venezuela, Cuba. I mean, all those places. So, and a lot of them aren't speaking English. So it's just like, who do you have? Bryce Harper?
Yeah. I mean, it's you've got pitchers, but they're harder to get behind. They're only out there once every 5 days. Yeah. So, on starting pitchers and relievers, you could never get excited over.
I think Major League Baseball is going to ride the Paul Skeens thing as hard as they can, mostly because he's
well, it's Livy Dunn, and it's marketable. Bubba's Cankles with another is telling you to eat fresh.
Well, that's because I think Ryan Howard did Subway commercials. I think they're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, look, I've been saying this for a while. That is a problem for them. You want to have guys that are marketable, that can sell products, and it's hard to sell a product when you can barely speak English.
Yeah.
So, that's what's like the crazy thing about Vlad Guerrero Jr. is his dad was an American baseball player. His English still isn't the best. I don't get it.
Well,
he had every opportunity to learn the language that was going to make him the most money.
From what I heard when I was working with the Lightning is a lot of guys will fake that they can't speak very well to have to avoid doing.
Right. A lot of these guys just don't want to do it.
Yeah, and they'll speak like that, and whether it's an understood thing by the the PR for the team or whatever, that's one of those things.
Well, I think one of the things too is just the guaranteed nature of the money in baseball. It takes away the incentive for the player to worry about building themselves up beyond the game because they don't have to worry about it. I just signed an 8-year, $350 million deal with a team. I don't have to do shit because I'm getting every single cent of that money. I don't need to worry about what I do after the sport. I don't need to worry about getting advertisers now in the sport because I make so much money. The guaranteed nature of the money in baseball, I think, has to play a role in the apathy that the players have. Because if you put them with the fans, with the kids and everything, they're some of the most accessible guys, especially during spring training and all of that. But they just don't want that. Most of them don't want the media side, and you don't see a lot of ads or advertisements featuring Major League Baseball players.
The real superstars, it appears to be in football and basketball. So, I mean, at least basketball has the guy, every 20 years, like, LeBron or Michael, that are just absolute, global phenomenon. So, and I like that. Like, I think LeBron's going to do, and he already has a lot of work, off the court. Obviously, Jordan's had a very successful business career off the court. And I'm sure he's given out a lot of money too. So, those are my heroes.
But if I'm like Chandler Simpson, right, I'm doing some cross promotion with McDonald's where I'm like teaming up with who's the fucking the Hamburglar, right? And he steals shit, I steal shit. I mean, there's a lot. There's opportunities there for them to make it fun and funny. Also, baseball kind of needs a bad boy again. They need somebody that fans can boo.
How bad? Like you mean like Trevor Bauer bad? Like, what do you mean?
I'm talking about like where are the personalities? Like Aaron Judge, he's milquetoast, man. But if Aaron Judge went up there with a fucking mohawk and after he cranked a home run, kind of like,
what are you, fashion police, dude?
I'm just saying, if he went
Neil Malpazir, $20 extra Blizzard fun.
If he turned heel. Like a post-game interview,
God,
right?
Turning into Bubba
it's
now.
the Yankees. The Yankees are playing against Boston,
right? And Aaron Boone comes out with a steel chair.
Aaron Judge cranks a home run. Fox is there. It's the Fox game of the week, and Aaron Judge. They're like, oh, how you play so well here. Yeah, I hate this fucking city, but man, it's easy to hit home runs in this piece of shit ballpark. I mean, that's gonna sell tickets.
And I love getting my cock sucked in Yonkers.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry. Maybe I'll just let you write for his new character.
But I'm just saying, like, baseball's bad boy, that could go up there and consistently do that, and you're going to get a sound clip out of him, and he just doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
What's... And then they'll start feeding into it, like, well, do you like playing in Houston? No, I don't. It's in fucking Texas. All it's here is steers and queers, and I don't see any cows around here, if you know what I'm saying.
Brian's writing a movie right here. So
I'm just saying that type of John Rocker energy is what we need back in the game.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, the fight's off.
I know.
Brittany Mahomes, I guess, talked some sense into Patty's dad, and the fight's off.
Yeah. For those that don't know, and I'm sure a lot of you didn't, it was right after the Super Bowl. Pat Mahomes Sr., who was a baseball player, and obviously Patrick Mahomes' dad, was out on Bourbon Street and ran into John Rocker, who I think it's safe to say was one of the most racist players. I mean, openly.
Oh yeah. I think he's the one. So he's the inspiration for Kenny Powers.
Yes,
the character Kenny Powers is based on John Rocker. 100%.
Yeah,
100%. I think he made the Jew York comment. I think he said that back in the day.
I think you're right too.
Yeah.
I think you're right too.
Yeah.
Others have.
I think he said he hated going to New York because the subway was filled with crackheads, AIDS patients, and Jews or something like that. It was pretty awful.
Yeah. That was John Rocker. So John Rocker, I guess Barstool set up a fight between Pat Mahomes Sr., who's been arrested I think 3 times for DUI, and John Rocker, who I believe is just living his MAGA life to the fullest right now. He wasn't in style back then, Brian. He was almost ahead of his time. Because if he was saying all that shit now, it wouldn't even it wouldn't matter. He'd be getting endorsements if he was still playing.
Yeah, I mean, he probably would be. He'd have a cabinet position. I'm fairly certain he would be. Something. He'd be in charge of the Department of Education.
I'd be like, sir, your hatred was just at the wrong time in the way that it lined up for you to be on this planet. All right, Brian. Fuck the baseball thing for a second. There's an awful smell in here today. We did our best to air it out. I think we did that thanks to Plumber Lummy and everybody that helped out. Thank you to me for opening up as many doors as I could find in here. But you and I were talking about.
Oh, so here is his quote. You want to hear it?
Yo, yeah.
They asked him about being traded to New York. He said, "I would retire first. It's the most hectic, nerve-wracking city. Imagine having to take the 7 train to the ballpark, looking like you're riding through Beirut, next to some kid with purple hair, next to some queer with AIDS, right next to some dude who just got out of jail for the 4th time, right next to some 20-something-year-old mom with 4 kids. It's depressing."
Okay, so he held off on the Jew thing there.
Yeah, I don't think he said it. Now, Kenny Powers said the New York thing, so maybe Rocker never said it. But yeah, that was his big thing that he did in an interview with Sports Illustrated.
Oh yeah, no, he was waiting for somebody to come talk to him, and he was good for a little while. All right, so you and I were talking about like what scents we like. I don't like any scents. I'd rather just air out the bad smell. Bubba has something that smells like diapers. I mean, it's god awful.
Yeah, that's terrible.
And what'd you find? What scent did you have?
So I like, that I sprayed was just some Clorox lavender, which isn't one of my favorites. I like just anything that's clean, like ocean, air.
So like clean linens?
No, not linen. I don't like the linen smell. It's because it's too... I don't know. It just doesn't.
It's too what?
I don't know.
Tell me.
It's the French say it's a certain je ne sais quoi.
No,
I don't
everybody
know what.
clean linen's the go-to. It's like vanilla ice cream.
No,
it's the
but
base.
that's I think the problem. It's just too basic. It's too basic white bitch for me.
Okay, you don't like any cinnamon bullshit, do you?
In the right season with some apple in there, I'm okay with it. Like during the fall.
Oh boy,
I think it's a good time. But no, my favorite is the Febreze Ocean spray.
That sounds refreshing.
Phenomenal. I mean, I would use that as air freshener, absolutely. But then with my laundry, like I don't do any scented stuff with my laundry. I don't want my clothes smelling. I hate that. I hate wearing, like my wife and I do separate loads because I do not want my clothes smelling like anything.
Okay.
I hate that.
What, do you just go hot water on them or something?
I mean, I use the Tide Free and Clear or All Free and Clear detergent.
Okay.
And then I use Free and Clear dryer sheets, and that's it. I don't put artificial smells all over my clothing for no reason.
Okay, I got to get.
What do you do?
I have artificial clothes all over my clothing.
Artificial smells?
Artificial smells all over my clothing.
What are you, like a Gain guy?
Whatever Phoebe's got in there. It looks like a Tide bottle, but there's so many. Probably half of them are empty, but
Would you judge somebody based on the detergent they use?
No. I don't know enough about detergent at all.
Well, there's definitely, classes of detergent.
Well, I mean, if someone was like, I don't even use detergent, I'd say okay. I mean, I'm not a laundry snob.
90% of your cleaning comes from agitation. So it's not even the detergent the soap that helps. The soap will help bond to certain certain contaminants, but agitation and hot water are probably going to give you 90% of your clean.
So are you in a position where you see, when you go to somebody's house, you see their laundry room and you see what they're working with as far as detergent, and that could possibly send you into a spiral of having a lack of respect for these former friends?
No. I would never disown somebody. I would never be friends with somebody who used cut rate detergent to begin with.
What about Snuggles?
I'm joking.
Is Snuggles cool?
Snuggles is cool. Snuggles is my homie.
All right, I just wanted
Me
to
and Snuggles did a line of coke off of a hooker's back together one time.
What is that?
Snuggles the bear fucking parties.
Is that from Ted or something
I
like
don't
that?
know, but yeah.
All right, don't bring Snuggles. Don't say Snuggles does coke, man. That's not. I mean, I know this is the Blizzard, but come on. I mean, let's just make Snuggles wholesome.
That was a little MAGA Matroni of me.
Yeah, it was. I mean, come on, please. He's got enough energy that he doesn't need to take the Bolivian marching powder.
So we can end on this note. Your daughter has a boyfriend list.
Oh, fuck me.
We can't gloss over this.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot that I sent that to you last night.
Your 7-year-old daughter has a boyfriend list, and I'm not sure if she just misspelled or if it's poor handwriting, but it almost looked like one of them said dad.
Yeah, Dada's on there.
Dada's on there?
I sat down with her last night because I saw this list, and I said, what the Phoebe thinks it's funny.
Mackie, Escher, Aiden, I guess, Gabriel, no, Peyton, Dad, and Balin.
And the one that's crossed out is Obi. He's the dog that lives across the street from us. He's a basset out.
That's awesome.
Okay. So
you were below Obi in your daughter's list.
I'll tell you what. I'm happy to be on the list. So I go. So I was like, "What is this?" And she's like, "No." She's like, "They're just my boys that are friends." And I said, "Okay." Well, I said, "Then why don't you just call them your friends?" And she said, "Well, because they're boys." And I said, "Okay." I said, "I have girlfriends, but I don't call them my girlfriend. I call them my friend." And she was trying to just break it down that there wasn't anything to it other than just the fact that they were her boyfriend. And I said, "No fucking smooching." And then Phoebe jumps in and she goes, "And what did I tell you? No kissing." And I was like, when did she have the conversation about don't kiss at school? It's just second grade. So then I started thinking, Brian, if there is a kiss at school, that's the whole school system's failed us, right?
Well, I got to get into this. So my daughter has started coming home telling us about how she has a crush.
Oh.
And it started already. I think a lot of it gets fed by older kids and them copying and mimicking behavior more than anything else.
From like maybe their brother or sister or something like that.
Or she goes to after school martial arts program, and there's older kids in there. So I think some of it comes from mirroring older kid behavior. But one of the boys in her class kissed another one of the boys in her class. And that was a pretty a pretty big deal. She's in first grade, by the way.
Oh man, what a fucking twist of fate.
Yeah.
How'd you find out about that?
She told me. She's like, because I always pry as much as I can.
Is she already to the point where she's just like, you're like, how you doing? And she's like, fine.
She's like, yeah. She pretty much tells me to fuck off.
Right.
she's like, my day's done. Why the fuck would I want to talk about it again?
Yeah, I try to ask a couple of softballs. If I'm not getting a good response, I should shut the fuck up and listen to.
So what we'll do sometimes if she's being difficult is we do high-low hippo. So the high is obviously the best moment of the day. The low is her worst moment of the day. And then the hippo is something fun or unexpected that happened. And that will sometimes get them talking.
Okay. Wow. I didn't know about that.
Yeah. So you may want to try high-low hippo with your daughter if she's being a little bit withholding in terms of information about her day.
Well, I'm glad that she already knows not to tell me about any of that boy stuff. Because I know it's 7 and it's ha-ha, funny, but...
It hits a little, yeah. You don't want to be hearing it.
I don't know what
because you know you're going to be dealing with it for a long time, and you don't want to have to deal with it for any longer than you have to.
Well, there's just no. It's just. I mean, I'm not sitting here 1 second by saying that she's 7, that it flew by, and I can't believe we got here. No, it went 7 years. It went like it was supposed to. I am just surprised we're at this point where I'm even really entertaining a list that she made. The only saving grace for me on that list, like I said, is the fact that the dog across the street was on it, even though he got crossed off, and I was on it. That's the best thing about the list to me. Other than that, I'm going to find out who these fuckers are.
Well, I'll tell you right now, just by looking at the way that she wrote everybody's name, she clearly cares the most about Mackie and Escher.
Okay, great. That's what I heard too.
Because I'm looking at the way she wrote the other ones, and it was very haphazard. Spacing was questionable. But then if you look at certainly, and I would throw Aiden in there as well, except it looks like she went with a capital D after the A. But Mackie and Escher are flawlessly written, spaced perfectly. I think those are the two boys that you've got to worry about at this point.
We can't forget about this, Brian. So I'm going to get it, and then we're going to go. Tell me the boy on boy story.
Oh yeah. So apparently,
I kissed the boy and I liked it.
I don't know if he liked it or not, but my daughter comes home. She's like, so and so. I'm not going to out the boy on the air here, but she's
come on, call that down low brother out.
So she's like, yeah, and so got in trouble at school today. I go, what did he do? And she goes, he kissed so and so, and I'm like, so-and-so's a boy, right? And she goes, yeah, a boy kissed another boy. And she started laughing and like chuckling, And I'm like, what happened? And she goes, the teacher sent him to the office. And I'm wondering if it was girl-on-girl kissing, if the teacher would have had the same reaction, or if she was just disgusted by the if she's homophobic and male homophobia a little bit.
Was it on the lips?
I didn't really want to go into too much more detail with my daughter than I got.
Can I question her? Because I really think...
the next time you see her, you can ask her about the kiss.
Did you talk to the teacher at all?
No, I'm not prying into this. I'm not overly concerned about this. It happened. It was dealt with, and there's been no more...
it's mouth rape,
little
dude.
boy on little boy action in that classroom.
You don't know, but it's going to stop, though. Those predators, it's inside them.
You think this little first grader is a predator?
I think that documentation needs to be noted
on his permanent record.
Yeah.
He's on a watch list now.
Okay, listen. We'll see, man. I don't like everybody running around kissing each other, okay? That's not what this country's about. That's not what Donald Trump wants to be about.
When the first grade superlatives come out and he's most likely to rape another boy, then we'll have him labeled forever.
Okay. Woo! And Brian will represent him on all of his trials. Brian, anything else, man? Thank you so much. I'm going to be, I do wish that you could come in with me next week when I'm hosting the shows.
Well, Wednesday and Thursday I'm locked in.
No, I know.
So that's a lot for me, buddy.
I know.
I've already got to rework Wednesday, and it's a whole thing.
Okay,
it's a whole thing.
You're a busy guy. I know.
You're causing me strife, and you don't even know it.
Oh, fuck. All right. My apologies.
No, it's okay.
Thank you so much for just being you.
But the fact that you gave me shit over Tuesday hurt a little bit. I mean,
well, I wasn't giving you shit. I wanted you to be in here. I wanted you and the Dr. Dan dynamic, because we obviously
have Dr. Dan come in on Wednesday. How about that? Why the fuck do I have to be the one to change my schedule?
Okay,
like he's saving people's lives. Big deal. I'm trying to get people money.
All right, I'll figure something out. God bless you. Thank you so much, man. I'll see you guys next week.